We have been saying that some of these women need to leave quicker. And that's the reason why I was so happy to do this post or to see this post as I'm scrolling Reddit. She says, "Am I the jerk for leaving after my boyfriend suggested an open relationship?" Yes, I am so. He made the suggestion. She's like, "Cool, you go ahead and do you over there. I'm gonna do me over here." So boyfriend's 26, she's 25. She says, my boyfriend and I were together for 2.5 years. We're good, and I felt secure and loved. Then one night he brought up the idea of trying an open relationship. Said he'd been thinking about it for a while. That we were solid, but maybe we could explore more individually. He wants security at home, and he wants to be out and about. He wants to be a community peen outside. I didn't get angry. I didn't cry or beg him not to. I just listened. I asked a few questions. He was calm, almost casual, like it was just a new food he wanted to try. That night, I packed a bag and stayed at a friend's. A few days later, I moved out for good. He texted saying I was giving up without even discussing it, that relationships take work, and I should have fought for us. But the moment he suggested opening it up without even a warning, it felt like he already had one foot out. I didn't want to convince someone to be with me. I didn't want to compromise on that kind of relationship that I wanted. Sometimes leaving quietly is fighting for yourself. Yes, I love that part. Sometimes leaving quietly is fighting for yourself. I want us to have that type of self preservation. Love yourself more than these dudes. This dude is 26 years old. He's having one of those FOMO movements, fear of missing out. If he wants to be out there and sleeping with other women, he's young, that's what he wants to do. But she doesn't have to accept that. And I am glad that she understands that about herself that young. Self preservation is so important. Down here, she says, he suggested opening it up without even a warning. What kind of warning do you get? Like there's no real warning that you can have. I guess his suggestion would have been a warning, but it doesn't matter if there's a warning. He wants to open it up because he wants to sleep with other people. So that right there is enough to leave the relationship, and she did that. CA Dreamin says, "Good for you for not being so desperate for a relationship that you agree to things you know you don't want. He's fine for wanting an open relationship. You're fine for saying, not for me, and leaving him. Now you can both go find partners you're more compatible with. And maybe he just should not be in a relationship. He wants to screw multiple women. Okay, cool. He doesn't deserve to have a foundational relationship where he has the stability of a relationship. He just needs to do his own thing without involving someone who thinks that they're in a relationship." Jeb says, "For real, this comment nailed it. Like, why beg someone to stay with you when they're already halfway out the door?" James the Greatest says, "One point of contention, it doesn't like she said not for me, but just left. It's fine for wanting an open relationship. Then doesn't that mean it's okay to ghost?" I don't know what this man is saying. I'm gonna keep it moving. Tropical Dragon says, "Sounds like you did discuss it though. He suggested and gave his reasons. You asked some questions and made up your mind that you weren't interested. You just didn't feel the need to discuss it further. Not the jerk. And good job on protecting your own peace." Different Complex says, "I absolutely love reading posts where self love and self respect persevere. I can never applaud men or women for realizing a person or relationship just isn't for them anymore. Your boyfriend even broaching the subject of opening the relationship was, as you saw it, eye opening enough to walk away. I'm proud of you. Do not, I repeat, do not let anyone make you second guess yourself about this. You've now opened him You've now opened him up to have a freeing life to do what he wants, when he wants, with as many people as he wants. Stay awesome, OP." That's how I feel about it. He can go out, be outside, give it out to anybody who is okay with receiving it, and she can be single and be happy with herself. Conscious Evening at the bottom says, so true. And then this will be the final screenshot of this post. Okay, Objective says he either already cheated or had someone in mind, so no, you did the correct things. Now he's trying to gaslight you for not rolling over. Good for you, as no one is worth fighting for when you have to compete for loyalty. And then Evelyn said, man, this line hit hard. Sometimes leaving quietly is fighting for yourself. I wish I had that mindset when I kept trying to make it work with someone who was already halfway out the door. It's not your job to teach someone how to value you. You did the right thing, and the fact that the whole idea was disgusting just made it more reasons for you to move forward. Absolutely. When someone tells you that they want to be out sleeping with other people and that's not what you had in mind, just let them go. You are not for that person. Now we're going to segue into this post from a man. He says, definitely not open, and he posted this in the marriage subreddit. Another short post. He says, wife unequivocally will not open the marriage. I'm not asking her to. I know it's a non-starter unless we both want to, but I hate having to pretend I don't want to. I've made my choice, I've chosen her, but if I touch on the topic or mention it's something I desire, not request, she gets so upset and hurt and angry. Why bring it up at all? Because the alternative is to segregate my thoughts from her, and she's very good at reading my mind. So it builds a wall in my head to protect her. And I just don't want to do that anymore. It's tiring. I make this sacrifice. She can live with the knowledge of it. Yes, she's insecure. I'm afraid of commitment. I like freedom. She likes safety. Can't we accept that about each other? See, if this was the other woman, this wife would just leave. This man obviously wants to sleep with other women. She does not want that in a marriage. This woman should leave her man. This woman should blindside this husband. He's talking about he would have to segregate his thoughts, and he's making a sacrifice. And but y'all, I've made my choice. I've chosen her. I just want to still go out and sleep with other women. This is the reason why you just leave these people. Talking about, yes, she's insecure. Are you sure she's insecure, or should she feel like this because you're talking about you want to go out and sleep with other women? This whole post, like, literally is just a whole bunch of nonsense. This woman should leave this man. Little Bean says she's not insecure because she wants to be in a monogamous relationship. You're the problem. Dude, she deserves better. She didn't sign up to be in a poly or open relationship. Of course, she doesn't want to hear about you wanting to screw other ladies. Redbird Wrench says, do people just not understand words anymore? I fear commitment. You're married. That's a commitment that you already made. Are you having retroactive fear now? This whole post is ridiculous, except for the part where you say you know you both have to want it. You know what you're doing. You know it's wrong. Stop. Nothing you think about ever has to exit your lips, ever. She said no. And the fact that he even wants it and has dropped hints about it is enough reason for this wife to leave. Illustrious You says, LOL, you want bonus points for honoring the most very basic tenet of marriage? Come on. Of course your wife gets upset when you tell her you want to sleep with other people. That is normal human behavior. She probably also feels like you are trying to coerce her into saying yes. And do you actually want an open marriage, or do you just want to be able to sleep with other women? I get the idea of being with who you want sounds great, but would you really be fine with another dude going to pound town on your wife? That's your wife. You'd be fine if she came home and was like, oh, hey, I had another guy inside me today. What's for dinner? I say this because a lot of guys are way more jealous than they realize. And when it comes to reciprocal side of an open relationship, they aren't so happy with it. I know a number of people who have opened their marriage, and every single one of them have fallen apart except for one, which is on life support. And this is with 2 willing participants. There you go. This, like, I don't understand why married men, I don't understand why men keep making this suggestion. It is not a good suggestion. It plants seeds of doubt. in the relationship, and this man needs to be blindsided. But I'm happy for the first lady. This lady needs to walk away. Y'all let me know what you think, though. Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.